Launched in 2021, the Kushaq was Skoda's answer to the ubiquitous Hyundai Creta. Now, since its inception, this Czech CSUV, it has found almost 1 lakh takers here in India. But of late, the competition in this segment has gotten fierce. The older rivals, they're still around and have received their much needed update, and newer ones are still on their way. So here is the much needed update for the Skoda Kushaq. Now I'm sure you have formed your opinion about its new styling, about the cabin. You know everything about its features and variant-wise feature distribution as well. But how is it to drive? What's the new gearbox like? And what is the new pricing that we are still waiting for? Let's take a look at everything in detail. But before we go ahead, you know the drill. It's like, share and subscribe to the Car and Bike YouTube channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon as well so that you can be notified every time we bring out a new and informative video such as this one. Now, talking about styling, the new Kushaq, it's not trying to fit in like the older one used to do. Now the older Kushaq, it felt like one of those nerds with big specs, oiled up hair and shirts buttoned all the way up. This one, it's like it's asking you to buy yourself a drink. This one is doing everything right, and it's also matching up to its competition, but in its own European way. It's sharper, it's tighter and all grown up. Now the kind of glow up that we saw on the outside was fitting for a facelift, but the same cannot be said about the cabin, because the entire cabin, it remains more or less unchanged. You have the same center console, the same infotainment screen, even the seats are the same, the steering is the same, but there are some meaningful feature addition. For example, you get a panoramic sunroof now, you get an all digital driver's display, and the surprise package over here is that a rear seat, it gets a first in segment massage function. Now it does get a massage function, but it does miss out on a few essential features. You still don't get a 360-degree camera. The competition, it does offer ADAS, still not offered here in the Kushaq update. Now these aren't exactly a deal breaker, but what's your opinion about it? Do you want these features added as well apart from the update? I think the cabin could have had slightly more comprehensive changes to justify this new update, but nonetheless this update brings a meaningful changes. For example, some of the features which are standard from the base variant itself, the feature wise variant distribution, it's well sorted now. But that's all the update on the inside. Now let me be very honest with you. It's been a really long time since I've driven a Kushaq, or in fact I've driven this powertrain before, which is offered in the Volkswagen and the Skoda lineup, the 1 liter and the 1.5 liter. So let me talk about this powertrain in a fresh perspective. Now what we're driving right now is the 1.5 liter TSI 4-cylinder paired to a DSG. It makes around 150 horsepower and 250 Newton meter. Now at city speeds, the 4-cylinder nature, it becomes apparent because it's smooth. It doesn't have that vibration. And right when you start moving, the engine, it's buttery smooth. Nothing less was expected of it in the first place, right? The engine, it tries to remain under 2000 RPM. Even right now at highway speeds, I'm doing close to 80 or 90 kmph, and the tacho needle is still hovering around 1500 RPM. This is a very relaxed engine until you actually start to ring it, because the meaty rev range, it starts happening beyond 4000 RPM, and it pulls really nicely. The driving dynamics, which is usually associated with the German cars, it becomes apparent over here. This engine and gearbox combination is the best one to have if you really want to have fun behind the wheel every time you get behind the wheel. It's not too bad when it comes to fuel economy either. So those who have bought this engine, they swear by it, because this engine is surely worth it. Let me quickly talk about the gearbox as well. This one, the 1.5, is paired with a DSG, and it's not as expensive or the one that is usually used in the group. This is still one of the affordable DSG, the Indianized version that you get here. But trust me, this is still one of the best dual clutch transmission that you can buy in India right now in an Indian car, because there are other dual clutch automatics and they aren't half as good as this one. While at it, let me talk about the digital driver's display. Now, compared to the older analog one, this feels really modern first, and secondly, it's mimicking the virtual cockpit that is offered in, say, the Audi or the more expensive Volkswagen cars. This one, it is customizable, doesn't have a lot of flashy option to look at, but it does feel nice and premium. It actually feels like you're sitting in a very expensive, very premium car, and that's a battle half won with this update. Overall, to sum up this powertrain, it is very predictable, very usable, especially for everyday drivability, and it feels like you're driving a very expensive car. But the update brings in a new automatic gearbox with the 1-liter engine. So let's drive that now and see how good it is. And now we come to the point where we talk about the hero of this video, the 1-liter TSI petrol engine with the new 8-speed automatic. Now, first thing I want to clear out is this is the range-topping version and not the Monte Carlo. The Monte Carlo was what we were driving right now. And immediately when you switch between the two cars, you notice that that is a bit fancier option. You get red inserts all around. Even the driver's display, which I really liked, it has a different interface over here. Still, it looks all digital, all Audi-like, but it doesn't have the flair that you get in the Monte Carlo. Now again, when you drive both these cars back to back, the 1-liter and the 1.5-liter, you'd notice the difference, the immediate difference of the 3-cylinder and a 4-cylinder engine. This one, it has a slight vibrations, which is inherent because of its imbalanced 3-cylinder. The 4-cylinder feels really smooth, really vibration free, and it is enjoyable to drive. It is really a very nice engine to drive. This one is not half too bad. It has the necessary grunt for your everyday drivability. It doesn't have the punch or the eagerness or the linearity of the 1.5, but the 1-liter engine is for those who wants their car to do A to B without a hustle. The 1.5 is someone who wants to take a longer route home. Now, talking about this new gearbox, now this 8-speed automatic, while behind the wheel, you would barely notice any difference of it compared to the older unit. But if you are a keen eye observer, you would notice that this 8-speed automatic is a very quick shifting and a very smooth shifting gearbox. Quick shifter, I say, because I'm barely doing 60 right now, and if I pull the paddle shifter to see which gear I am in, because right now it's only showing me D, and if I pull the lever, it's showing me 7. And if I barely pull up to 70 or 75 kmph, the gear shifter, it would be up to 8. It would be shifting up to 8 gear while doing barely 70 kmph. What it tells you that this gearbox is a quick shifting one. And because it shifts up quickly, it means there's lesser load on the engine. And since there's less load on the engine, it's running at a lower RPM, it will definitely be more frugal. Compared to the older unit especially, it will keep up shifting as early as possible. It will keep on shifting smoothly as well, because all the gears that are shifted from the standstill all the way up to the 8th gear, never once did I feel the gearbox doing its work. Never did I feel it's upshifting or downshifting. No matter what speed I'm doing, the gear shifts are butter smooth. It's quick, maybe. We don't know how quickly it's shifting gear because it's that seamless. The seamless is the highlight, not the quickness. But otherwise, this new 8-speed automatic, it really helps the case of this Kushaq's overall personality, especially with this 1-liter. And if you are going for an automatic with this 1-liter version, this 8-speed won't disappoint. So overall, if you're getting the Kushaq, especially the 1-liter version for your requirements, and opting for the 8-speed automatic, I would say just go ahead with it, because it will definitely help its case with the fuel mileage, and it's very usable too. It will never give you a reason to complain. So at the end of the day, what does this new and updated Kushaq bring to the table? Because this segment is surely ferociously competitive. There are other SUVs out there which are bigger than this one. There are SUVs out there which offer more features than this one. And there are also SUVs which are more affordable than this one. But the Kushaq, it has always about being slightly different. You buy the Skoda Kushaq because it is still one of the best driver's car in the segment. You buy it because it feels solid, it is well engineered and built with that familiar European character. And you buy it because every time you get behind the wheel, it reminds you that driving can still be enjoyable. Now, this update might not have comprehensively brought the changes to the inside and the feature list, it still leaves you wanting for more. But this update, it has sharpened up the things. And if you're looking to buy a CSUV which prioritizes the driving dynamics more than any of its competition, the new Kushaq facelift should be high on your priority list, because I'm sure it would not give you any reason to complain, like it did not give a reason to complain to any of those 1 lakh buyers who bought it before it. And that's the new Kushaq facelift for you, and I hope you liked this video, and if you did, do hit that like button and share this video with someone who's looking to buy a CSUV, and in the whole lot of the options that you can buy, they might consider the Kushaq. And if you have any other questions regarding this new Kushaq, which I didn't cover in the course of this video, do write them down in the comments, and I promise we will address them all personally. And that's all from me in this video. This is Bilal signing off. Until next time.